Until 2023, Sony offered 6 50-55mm prime lenses in its lineup. Then they introduced the F1.4 G Master, taking the tally to 7. That's a lot of 50mm lenses, isn't it? If we narrow it down to these two identical aperture lenses, the F1.4 ZA from 2016 and the new G Master 50mm F1.4, we can observe that the newer lens is not only smaller but also significantly lighter. This trend is becoming increasingly common among lens manufacturers. Instead of correcting certain aspects optically, they are relying on in-camera software corrections. Although lens designers can create a well-corrected lens, such lenses are often too bulky to receive approval from the product planning department, which has the final say. A bulky lens isn't everyone's cup of tea, which often leads designers to make optical compromises. Does this apply to the 50mm f1.4 G Master lens? And how does it perform? We'll find out. I would like to thank sony-mea for sending the lens for this review. Mostly plastic, but with a robust and rugged build quality. Fully weather sealed. Convenient filter diameter of 67 mm. 11 blade circular diaphragm. Fully loaded with features: a declickable focus control ring, AF/MF and function buttons. Fluorine coating on the front element to repel fingerprints, water and debris. Electronically coupled focus ring with a linear throw from 38 cm to infinity. Comes with a hood that clicks positively into place. This is how the hood fitting mechanism should be. Balances well on full frame bodies. Part of the ultimate G Master line. The pincushion distortion is immediately evident even without any grid or charts. Additionally, at f1.4, there is severe darkening in the corners, which is gradually eliminated by f5.6. Flares are certainly noticeable in these real-world scenarios. While they are not terrible, one would expect better performance from a modern G Master lens. Chromatic aberration on this lens is remarkably low. If you are desperate to find it and perform an extreme torture test, you might be able to detect a hint or two. Otherwise, it's an impressive performance here. At widest apertures, the bokeh blobs have cat-eye shape and have defined outlines. As the aperture is gradually closed, you will notice the cat's eye shaped blobs becoming more uniform and circular across the frame. Here's how it looks in the real world from portrait distance at f1.4. In general, the bokeh produced by this lens is beautiful, creamy and smooth. The lens can focus down to 40 cm in autofocus and 38 cm in manual focus mode. The image quality at the widest aperture is soft. However, stopping down to f2 dramatically improves it. And by f4, it achieves optimal levels. Equipped with two XD linear motors, the autofocus is incredibly fast, precise and noiseless. Here's the usual AF tracking test, which seems somewhat outdated given the caliber of this lens autofocus technology. This G Master lens suffers from focus breathing. This seems to be a compromise Sony is willing to make on many of its lenses. While this won't trouble still photographers, it can be distracting in certain videos. Fortunately, this lens supports focus breathing compensation, a digital feature found on newer Sony cameras. Enabling focus breathing results in a slight crop to the field of view, but completely eliminates the issue. Despite shooting this B-roll without breathing compensation, I managed to get away with it, as the subject remained in focus for most of the time. Although this is a G Master series lens equipped with cutting-edge technologies coming out of Sony R&D, some compromises were inevitable. Were they well calculated and reasonable? Let's find out. Did they compromise on chromatic aberrations? No. Flares? Nothing disastrous there. Sharpness? Absolutely not. This lens is arguably the sharpest and most contrast-rich I have ever tested. Bokeh? I wish the cat's eye effect was more confined to the corners. However, the bokeh is otherwise creamy and smooth. Distortion and vignette. Yes, this is the area where compromises were made. The corners experience quite heavy vignetting, which is thankfully gone by f5.6. Additionally, that pincushion distortion can sometimes be a blessing in portraiture, as it makes subjects appear slimmer if left uncorrected. So, well done. Well done Sony or G Master Product Planning Division. I think the compromises were balanced just right. G Master, G Ustad. You are a joy to use. If you are a Sony shooter who prefers native lenses and finds that this focal length suits your shooting style, this new 50mm F1.4 G Master is a great option.